The Ministry of Health is not ruling out the possibility of re-enforcing the issuance of compound notices under the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1998 if COVID-19 cases continue to rise in the country, Bernama reports. Minister Khairi Jamaluddin says the people have become increasingly complacent about standard operating procedures to check COVID-19, especially the wearing of face masks indoors. Although the wearing of face masks is still compulsory in enclosed premises, Khairi says that since April 17th, MoH no longer issued compound notices because the decision had been made to prioritise community empowerment and individual responsibility. Under Act 342, individuals found guilty of violating the rules can be fined not more than RM1,000 or be imprisoned for a term not exceeding 6 months. As such, Khairi called on all Malaysians to abide by the SOP, especially the wearing of face masks in enclosed and public areas, as it is an effective measure to reduce COVID-19 infection. Meanwhile, Khairi also said that 5 Omicron BA.5 variant cases had been detected in Malaysia and are likely to spread widely, resulting in an increase in COVID-19 cases. However, Khairi said that information from Israel and the US showed individuals who had completed the primary vaccination and received 2 booster doses, especially those aged 60 and above, had lower mortality rates than those with only 1 dose. On the expected peak period of the Omicron BA.5 variant, he said the MoH expected cases to increase within 1 or 2 months, 3 months at the most, based on experience dealing with the previous Omicron variant waves. When asked about the severity of the most recent variants, Khairi said for now, the MoH did not see any change. Bank Pembangunan Malaysia was granted an ex parte Mareva injunction by the High Court against 23 out of the 27 defendants in its legal action over a RM400 million loan granted to Aries Telecoms Malaysia. In a court filing cited by the edgemarkets.com, Justice Mustafa Yusof Ahmad granted the injunction, effectively freezing the assets of the 23 defendants, of which one is former President and MD Datuk Muhammad Zafar Muhammad Hashim. Other notable defendants include Aries' former Group MD and Director Datuk Wira Ranjit Singh Sidhu and its alleged shadow director Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghani, along with former director Roslina Ibrahim. The court also ordered the defendants to provide full, complete and accurate accounts of their assets, whether in Malaysia or anywhere else in the world, within 14 days to the court. The order will remain in force for the duration of the RM400 million legal action. To recap, in May 2012, Aries was granted the loan to partly finance a RM1.3 billion project undertaken by Aries to install a fibre optic network around Peninsular Malaysia. BPM, a development financial institution, is seeking a total of RM564.99 million in losses and damages as a result of acts by the defendants, claiming that they conspired and used unlawful means to defraud the DFI. According to the DFI, the loan was disbursed to Aries without fulfilling the necessary conditions, and that a whopping sum had been siphoned to various other entities named in the suit. Sri Tony Fernandes has been redesignated as Acting Group CEO of AirAsia X with effect from today. He has been appointed as Acting Group CEO in addition to his position as a non-independent, non-executive director of AAX, the group said in a Bursa Malaysia filing. AAX's former Group CEO, Nada Bura Nasiri, resigned in April following his resignation as CEO of Thai AirAsia X. He had served as AAX chief from November 1st, 2018 and as Thai AAX CEO from 2014. On April 18th, Thai AAX announced the appointment of Patima Jirapet as its new CEO to succeed Bura Nasiri, who was then appointed as executive advisor. It should be noted that in another filing on July 1st, AAX, currently designated as a PN17 company, updated that it was still in the midst of regularizing its financial position and it had about 4 months to submit its regularization plan to the relevant authorities. Westports Holdings said it has overprovided for deferred tax liabilities by 17 million in its financial results for the first quarter of FY22, which resulted in a reported effective tax rate of 39% for the quarter. As such, the amount will be reversed in the financial results for the second quarter, as deferred tax liabilities represent income tax payable in future periods. In a BORS filing, the port operator explained that the adjustment relates to the application of the prosperity tax rate of 33%. According to to Westports for the first quarter, it applied a 24% income tax rate instead of an income tax rate of 33% for certain temporary differences that were brought forward from FY21, resulting in the overprovision. On April 26, Westports announced that after making a tax provision of 97 million or an effective tax rate of 39% due to Cukai Makmur, it reported a lower net profit of 151.85 million for the first quarter, a 27% drop year-on-year. In contrast, revenue rose by a marginal 1.6% to 516.36 million for the quarter. VS Industry has proposed to establish an Islamic medium-term notes program of up to $1 billion in nominal value to raise funds for working capital requirements, capital expenditure, investments and general corporate purposes. In a BOS filing, the group said its subsidiary VS Capital Management has made a lodgement with the Securities Commission for the establishment of the program based on the Sharia principle of Wakalah Bil al-Istimar. VS Industry said the Sukuk Wakalah program has been assigned a preliminary rating of AAIS by Mark Ratings, and HSBC Amanah Malaysia is the principal advisor, lead arranger, lead manager and Sharia advisor for the program. Mark said in a statement that the rating reflects the group's credit strength and well-established operating track record and strong market position in the electronics manufacturing services industry, as well as its healthy balance sheet. VS Industries said its working capital requirements include the manufacturing, assembly and sale of electronic and electrical parts, while its capex requirements include the acquisition of land and buildings and the purchase of plant and machinery for future expansion.